Sunday refresh. Let's clean this house and have a little bit of mommy talk. If you are new here, I am Angela Smith. I'm a stay at home mompreneur and new mom again in my 30s. I have been married for 11 years with my husband, 16 years in total, and we have 3 kids. We have twin boys who are 10 years old and now a 6-month-old baby girl. So let's get into this cleaning. Now, let me start out by saying this. Typically, cleaning is a team sport. I believe that everybody should do their part. This is not just my house, right? So typically that is what we do. However, a couple of times every month, I want to do it myself. Literally from top to bottom, every room I want to clean. And because I am a little bit more particular with how I clean and just how it's done. And you know the saying, if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. Now, this is the boys' bathroom. And let me say this, y'all. Their bathroom always stinks. That pee smell. Oh my goodness. I ripped off this shower curtain and I had to throw that in the washer just in case they were being in there peeing in the shower. You know, they got a little thing. So ain't no telling what they be doing up in there. But I am of the belief that you have to teach boys how to cook, how to clean, how to organize. Otherwise, they just become grown boys depending on a woman to do this for them. And we ain't nobody's slave. We are not your maid, okay? So you need to know how to do it for yourself. That's my belief. And that's what we do in my household. So, anywho, I just decided to do a really good clean over the whole house. My husband took all 3 of the kids and he was going to take them for hours so that I can just get me a good woosah and get me some alone time in. Now, I could have used this time to do many of things, especially have me some wine, maybe do some binge watching on Netflix. I could have caught up on some work, but I decided that I wanted to clean. This does something for me mentally. I love a good clean space. And lately, y'all, no lie, I have been a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit overstimulated with the mommy duties, right? The new mom duties, especially. The boys are good, but having a new baby is very, very demanding. I mean, being a stay-at-home mom is one thing, but then being an entrepreneur as well, I mean, the list never ends. As an entrepreneur, you wake up with a to-do list. You wake up with things that you want to do because you have goals, you have visions, you're trying to hit milestones, you have income goals. So, your mind is always all over the place. And then that exact same thing with being a mom, right? And it's just so crazy because with both of them, you truly never know how the day is going to go. The baby may be happy baby one day, and the next day is, oh my gosh, you're so fussy. And now you have to balance the crying and the fussiness and the feedings and the diaper changes. And it just feels like a never ending task. Well, then you have the exact same thing with business. One day, you may be getting paid while the next day may be a 0 day, right? Praying that nobody on here has 0 day, but it happens. And the crazy thing is really trying to balance the two because truly you cannot balance, right? There's really no such thing as balance. You just have to do what you can do and do your best. So for all my moms out there, give yourself grace, okay? Give yourself grace. Try your best not to take it out on anybody else. I did find that I was kind of taking it out on my husband. Sometimes you take it out on your other kids. But y'all, I have really just been fighting for time. Then not to mention being a content creator, right? Being a travel influencer. So I have all of these videos in my phone that I need to edit and that I need to put together and do voiceovers. And again, it's a never ending task. But again, just give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. That's all you can do. Y'all see, I'm getting down. And while I know that they make stair vacuums, look, I just jumped back to cleaning. This is my favorite part, y'all. Oh, I just love doing like this little design on my stairs. And I know that they have like these stair vacuums. I know y'all see me lugging around that big one, but it is what it is. I'm used to it now. I'll clean these stairs in about 10 minutes, maybe even less than that. So I'm just going through each room. And right here, I just had me a good old dance break. Okay. Listen, if these platforms were not flagging us, for music, y'all would have been vibing with me this whole video. I'm a R&B girly at heart. My playlist has hundreds of songs on them. Y'all would have been vibing with me so tough, but instead I had to mute it all out, okay? Because we're trying to get our coins for this content creation. But just know I was getting down. This is another thing that I love doing, but my husband, he just be like, girl, why you doing all of that? We're just finna dirty back up this sink. That stainless steel cleaner, oh, it has the stainless steel sparkling. And I love this. I mean, just sparkling that, use it on the fridge, use it on the oven, on the stainless steel parts. And oh, it does something to me, y'all. So I typically clean my entire upstairs, including vacuuming, mopping, everything. And then I make my way downstairs. So that's what I was doing in this video. So here you see our dining room and homeschooling area. So homeschooling is finally over, y'all. The kids are in summer camp. They just completed their first week. They are loving summer camp, and y'all, they come home so exhausted. I mean, we don't have to tell them to get in the bed, honey. They gets in that bed and they knocks out. We also have them in boxing. So they do boxing Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. So again, they be exhausted. Now we have not started our modified schedule for summer yet because like I said, they come home so exhausted, but we are trying to figure out a way to work it in, even if that means doing a little bit of schoolwork on the weekends, right? We got to do what we got to do because we got to stay ahead. Y'all, I be turning them benches to this table. And let me tell y'all this. This table was supposed to be a temporary table. We were doing a lot of remodeling. So for those who knew that we had started remodeling our home some years ago, you can also see like all of the updates as I go through this cleaning. But y'all, this was supposed to be a temporary table when I started homeschooling during COVID. And now we have had this thing for years because I cannot find a really good quality dining room table. And then, ordering it, you just never know what you're going to get. Some of these furniture stores are highly overpriced. So put me on, y'all. Where do y'all find your dining room table? And then for like my hard floors, y'all, my tile floors, I started getting into vacuuming them because you can sweep and sweep and sweep these floors and you're still going to miss something. But when you use the hose on the vacuum, I feel that it gets way cleaner. Just like I love doing that design on my stairs, I also like doing that design on my couch. So you see me taking a vacuum, going up and down on the back of the couch, and y'all, it just turns out so pretty. Y'all know as I left every room, I also had some really good scents going. We do the wax melts instead of like the open candles because we have kids. And so sometimes I do candles, but I had the wax melts going, y'all. I was literally cleaning all day. So it was nighttime by the time I finished. I love, love, love this humidifier. It's a really big one. So, I mean, the air is so fresh. And y'all, when I finish up my cleaning, especially downstairs, I turn on the humidifier and I also like to put a nice ambiance on the TV. It has like sometimes a little bit of jazz playing. And yeah, that's it.